finally, the government has blamed people with ulterior motives for the recent panic buying. Yet there were U-turns and over lockdown and officials leaking details to the press almost daily, perhaps trying to gauge reactions, but causing confusion and chaos. Government sources say this and that. With lives at stake, should the government get a grip of their ministers and speak on record with one clear, unified voice? You said communication will improve. Can that be part of it?
Which organization are you from?
Hong Kong Free Press.
Now, I could not readily accept your accusations on two fronts. One is the government was making U-turns on its anti-epidemic policies and practices. Second is government officials deliberately were leaking information to the media or to the public in order to gauge reactions. Now, on the first accusation, my response is like this. This is an unprecedented situation. In terms of responding to an epidemic of this magnitude, it has outgrown the normal capacity of the Hong Kong SAR government, or actually outgrown the capacity of Hong Kong. Where do we get all this manpower? Where do we get all these isolation facilities? Where do we get all these hospital beds? So in a situation like this, any adjustment in policies or in practices are to enable Hong Kong could cope with the situation as best as we could enable us to protect the public hospital system, but at the same time also to save lives. For example, we are now turning the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in a designated hospital to look after COVID-19 patients. If you asked me 3 months ago, that was inconceivable. Why should QEH become a dedicated hospital? So this could not be regarded as a U-turn. This is a timely adjustment in the policies in order to achieve the objective of protecting the safety and the health of the people of Hong Kong. I hope you understand that. Now, unless you can produce evidence that my senior colleagues or ministers were doing the deliberate leaking that you refer to, I could not accept this accusation. But never mind, from now on, 2 days ago, I started this daily press conference. So I am the authoritative source of anything that the Hong Kong SAR government is doing in this fight against the epidemic. I would suggest that if you have any queries, you come to these daily conferences, you ask me, I give you a direct answer. But don't accuse my ministers. My ministers are all working very hard in fighting the epidemic. But I do see some leakages, but I could not trace the source of those leakages. I could tell you that I am as frustrated as some of you when there were government information being leaked out, which should not be the case. And we will be as open and as transparent with the people of Hong Kong in order to instill the needed confidence in taking Hong Kong out of this major public health crisis.